Dearest friends, cherished members of our international literary family, distinguished guests and beloved authors from every corner of the world, a warm welcome with all my heart to the Panorama International BOOK Festival 2025, our first book festival, which is a celebration of creativity, connection, and culture. As Secretary General of the Writers' Capital International Foundation, Panorama International BOOK Festival Chief Coordinator, and Editor-in-Chief of Writers International Edition, it is my honor and immense joy to welcome you all today in our unique live session honoring the magic pens of our publications. Before we begin our celebratory proceedings, allow me to extend, as always, with utmost respect and warmth, the heartfelt greetings and blessings of our visionary founder, president, and CEO, the chairman of Panorama International Literature, Arts, and Book Festivals, the founder of Writers International Edition, Professor Preeth Nambiar, author, educationist, and luminary, a man whose poetic soul and humanitarian mission breathe life into all our global initiatives. Through his unwavering belief in the power of the letters, arts, and unity, we are brought together across borders, beyond languages. Today is more than an event. It is a moment of shared pride. We gather not only to listen, but to feel, to recognize, and to celebrate the luminous voices and the incredible talents of authors published through Writers International Edition, our publishing house of dreams. Every book, every author present today is a testament to resilience, imagination, and the timeless dance between ink and soul. And now it is my great pleasure to invite the speakers who will lead us through this literary celebration. Their words, like yours, come not just from the page, but from the heart. We begin with our beloved sister, Johanna Devadayavu, our Chief Operating Officer, who will deliver in the presidential address her thoughts as a guiding light of the foundation. Beloved Sister Johanna, the dais to you.
Thank you, my dear Sister Irene. A warm hello from India. I am Johanna Devadayavu, a fervid and trusted member of the Writers' Capital International Foundation's global family. With great delight, I render a few words about the foundation created by our Honorable President, Professor Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar, under whose visionary leadership it thrives and expands continually. Among the Panorama International Literature, Arts, and Book Festivals, this event reflects his enduring commitment to foster global literary excellence and intercultural dialogue. With great pleasure, we welcome you to this unique live session as part of Panorama International BOOK Festival 2025, conducted by the Writers' Capital International Foundation and hosted by Professor Irene Doura Kavadia, Secretary General of the Foundation. Writers' Capital Foundation is an international non-profit, non-political, and non-religious literary organization for writers and creators across the world. The principal aim of the foundation is to bring writers and others who are in the field of creative expressions under a single umbrella, to share with each other their experiences, expertise, and to further inspire their caliber. We also aim to provide writers and artists a great platform for their vivid expressions. The organization stands for creative people across the globe and is dedicated to fostering qualities that would ensure their overall development to help them create their own footprints in the world. We believe it is our prime responsibility to act for social causes, and we aim to reinforce values for humanity that would benefit the whole world. Our vision is to help build up a world beyond borders where myriad lives coexist harmoniously, respecting perennial values applicable for the entire planet and beyond. Our mission is to gather creative minds to reach the grassroots, to educate and to inspire people for achieving the concept of one world, and to protect the planet from the challenges of time. The value, amidst all the diverse forms of life and indifferences, life is one in nature. The realization of the same would help one live magnanimously and bring peace and harmony in the world. Together, let us now celebrate and savor the energetic eloquence of words, the charm of diverse voices, and the legacy we are creating through the written page. Thank you.
We thank you, dearest sister Johanna Devadayevu, for this inspiring presidential speech, presidential address to all of us present today. We thank you wholeheartedly for being with us, for being our guiding light always. A warm hug to you. Thank you so much. And now we go to the welcome address by our beloved Despina Dalmaris, who is also the editor of Writers International Edition magazine, the complete magazine. Despina?
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's nice to see everyone again. I will make the welcome speech for everyone. So, dear friends, esteemed authors, distinguished guests, and beloved members of our literary family, good evening and welcome to this heartwarming gathering, a live session dedicated to celebrating voices that inspire, uplift, and create waves of change, our brilliant authors of the Writers International Edition publishing house. It is truly a joy and an honour to be here with all of you today as we unite under the shared banner of creativity, purpose, and transformation. We are not just honouring books or words on a page. We are honouring souls who dare to speak, to dream, to believe that their truth could help shift the course of the world. And indeed, it is doing just that. Welcome to Writers' International Edition, the publishing wing of the Writers' Capital International Foundation. Under the leadership of our visionary president and CEO, Professor Preeth Nambiar, and nurtured by dedicated editor-in-chief, Professor Irene Doura Kavadia, it is more than just a publishing house. It is a global movement, a truly exciting and innovative platform for authors nestled in Mysore, the heritage city, and New Delhi, the vibrant capital of India, as well as the cradle of European civilization, Athens, Greece. Here, we do not merely publish stories, we invite voices, uplift dreams, and sow the seeds of a new literary generation that is brave, bold, and authentic. We are proud to stand at the intersection of intellect, art, and social transformation. At Writers' Edition, we firmly believe that literature is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is a mirror to society, a bridge between hearts, and most importantly, a catalyst for change. Every book we publish, every voice we amplify is part of a larger vision, one that seeks to make our world better, a more empathetic and more connected place to live. From comprehensive publishing services and global exposure to educational workshops and the power of our worldwide literary community, we provide not only the tools, but the unwavering support every author needs to flourish. And through our dynamic media platform, strategic partnerships, and the internationally acclaimed Panorama International Literature Arts and Book Festivals, we ensure that your stories are heard not just locally, but across continents and cultures. Today, we shine a light on those who dare to believe in their potential, on those who used the written word not just to tell tales or simply write verses, but to tell truths, on those who turned pain into poetry, vision into verse, and silence into song. To our dear authors, your courage and creativity are the souls of this publishing house. You are the reason we are here. You are the reason we keep going. Let us celebrate you. Let us lift one another higher. Let us continue to write, not just for applause, but for impact. We thank you all for being here and truly welcome to this family of changemakers to the world of the Writers' International Edition Publishing House and online platform, The Complete Magazine. Let the stories flow and let the transformation begin. Thank you and welcome to this live session. I'm sure we will all enjoy each other's stories. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Despina Dalmaris. Beautifully penned, and you're so right. Today we celebrate the authors with whose ink they wrote from the heart. Thank you so much. And now let us continue. At this point, we will, following, be graced by the luminous presence of Ms. Ambika Anand, whose poetic spirit has touched countless lives. The keynote address by Ms. Ambika Anand. Dear Ambika, the dais to you.
Yes. Esteemed poet and Chief Controlling Officer of the Writers' Capital Foundation, Johanna Devdayavu, who delivered the presidential address, Secretary General Professor Irene Doura Kavadia, and respected Despina Dalmaris, the directors of the foundation, and dear friends, greetings to you all. It is indeed a great pleasure to deliver the keynote address at this beautiful event, as Writers' International Edition celebrates a remarkable milestone, the publication of a record number of books from across the world in just 2 months. And as we all come together in this rare and heartwarming gathering. At the outset, let us applaud the unwavering commitment and professionalism of our publishing house, the Writers' Capital Foundation, and its visionary CEO, Professor Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar, whose exemplary leadership and dedication have shaped the foundation into what it is today. For many authors and poets around the globe, it has become a path of hope and possibility, turning dreams into reality through the publication of their work, beautifully produced, elegantly designed, and presented like a cherished work of art. While there are many publishing houses around us, what truly sets Writers' International Edition apart is its unique and heartfelt approach to publishing. It is not treated as a commercial enterprise, but as a passionate endeavor to transform each book into a work of art. Every title is crafted with care and elevated through a dedicated strategy to reach readers worldwide. With a visionary outlook and the integration of cutting-edge technological innovation, the publishing house continues to stand as a beacon of literary excellence. Each title is produced and elevated to reach the reading public with a dedicated approach and publicity. We all must agree that in its large list of publications, each book stands out impressively under the Writers' Capital Foundation imprint, which makes authors well-known and makes already well-known authors even more well-known. That is the joy we all experience. We poets and authors and our publishing house together uphold multicultural and multinational ethical principles embodied in creative writing and publishing. I'm sure the books being launched in this festival are wonderful in content, be it poetry, fiction, and non-fiction. Through our books, we are all emotionally and intellectually connected. It is said, when two writers become friends, it's like magic. I water you, you water me. We grow together. Let us all, as writers, have that kind of sublime friendship that flourishes and nurtures us. Despite the advancement of technology and the boom of the virtual world, the joy and feel of holding a book in our hands is an unmatched experience. And as authors, we know that books are the legacy and the priceless heirlooms we give to the following generations. Long live book writing. Let us all celebrate and rejoice the Panorama International BOOK Festival 2025 and continue enriching the literary landscape with our profound works. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you, dear Ambika, for this beautiful keynote address, highlighting exactly the inspiration behind each book, each verse, each story, and also the inspiration behind the creation of the Writers International Edition that came from writers to writers. And as beautifully you said, when one writer meets another, it's magic. How can we define when so many writers come together? It is even more magic, yes? Rising to the stars. Thank you so much. A warm, warm hug, dear Ambika. And you're so right. Actually, even a very renowned author can become more renowned by coming to Writers Edition. At this point, I have an important announcement to make on behalf of the Writers Edition Publishing House. First of all, congratulations to your wonderful books, to your literary gems. And since we receive a number of requests to make the books quickly available on Amazon so that your friends can cherish them, however, we are waiting for the ongoing book festival to complete. And also our Quill Compendium 2025. In case we make available right now the books and we start receiving orders, which of course is what we want and wish for, the team, as dedicated to the festival and the other works, they would not possibly be able to fulfill all these orders. So as this may affect the health of Amazon's seller account, we wouldn't dare to do that at this point. Besides, we felt that it's most important to release the books officially first, cherish them, hug them, let it be virtually, congratulate you all, and then list them on Amazon. So it's the second step, the second phase, which is going to come right after the book awards. And now we go to the felicitations by our dedicated family members. Our heartfelt thanks to Elisa Masha, Luisa Camere, and Marc Antonio Rodriguez, our dedicated directors, representatives of their beautiful countries, who will offer their tributes to the honored authors. Authors themselves as well. Dearest Elisa, carissima Elisa, buenas tardes a Italia. La parola a te.
Muchas gracias, Irene. Presento un pochino i saluti e tutto quanto qui. Buongiorno, buon pomeriggio o buona serata a seconda del paese in cui siete collegati a questo magnifico incontro al quale partecipo onorata per aver ricevuto il cortese invito Pertanto, insieme ai saluti, esprimo subito la mia gratitudine all'organizzatore e guida visionaria del professor Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar, fondatore, presidente e CEO della Fondazione e presidente del Panorama International Literature, Art e Book Festival. Questo evento riflette il suo impegno duraturo nel promuovere l'eccellenza letteraria globale e il dialogo interculturale. Unisco il doveroso ringraziamento alla presentatrice eccezionale della presente sessione, la stimata e molto cara professoressa Irene Doura Kavadia, segretaria generale della Writer Capital Foundation e coordinatrice capo del PIBF, e altresì saluto e ringrazio per la presenza il gruppo selezionato di stimati delegati e voci letterarie provenienti da tutto il mondo. Tutti voi amici cari. Vi mostro la copertina del mio libro, Elevazioni dell'anima, pubblicato dalla Writer International Edition, con il supporto e la cura durante tutto il periodo di ideazione, progettazione, revisione e impaginazione grafica, fino all'eccellente risultato finale della pubblicazione, contenuta in questo scrigno di emozioni che elevano l'anima non solo mia, che ho scritto, ma anche per condividere con me il viaggio poetico della lettura creativa delle poesie. Leggo anche alcuni pensieri oggetto delle mie ispirazioni per poter essere a mia volta spunto di ispirazione per gli altri, cosa bellissima che accade con la condivisione, poiché sostengo e ribadisco fortemente che è un grande atto di generosità donare le proprie emozioni. Non dobbiamo tenerle in un cassetto custodite soltanto per noi, ma regalarle all'umanità. I messaggi contenuti nelle mie poesie hanno il filo conduttore che le unisce e tutte insieme gridano con educazione e rispetto alla pace nel mondo, all'essenza dell'amore nella vita di ciascuno di noi. Cerco di esprimere sempre un concetto di bellezza e spiritualità, di serenità e fratellanza, in pratica di positività, ma non per eludere o esimermi dai problemi che investono e preoccupano l'umanità intera, verso i quali sono sempre attenta e attiva oppositrice, ma perché sono convinta che per un mondo migliore ci dobbiamo impegnare in prima persona nel dare il nostro piccolo contributo di gioia e positività, mai calcando la penna sull'odio e le negatività di questo mondo, poiché è fantastico mantenere un flusso di fluidità circolare che si propaga in cerchi concentrici dal nostro seppur piccolo sasso buttato nell'oceano della vita. Con affetto e stima, un abbraccio grande a tutti voi. Elisa. Grazie.
Dearest Elisa, carissima Elisa, how beautiful your words were, that you don't write only for yourself, you write for the whole humanity. And this is where you dedicate your precious book, Elevations of the Soul, Elevazione di Anima. Congratulations on this beautiful literary gem that talks of joy, love, light, and peace. And these are the beautiful things that unite us all in this beautiful family of writers and humanitarians as well. Thank you so much. May it go far and wide that everybody can read it. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And now I will ask Luisa Camere to come for her felicitations. Querida Luisa, la palabra es tuya para felicitar a los autores. ¿Estás con nosotros? Luisa. Ah, ok, estás aquí, pero el micrófono.
A ver, ¿qué te parece? Ahora sí.
Sí, perfecto. Escuchamos.
Okay, I'm going to do it in English, okay?
Bienvenida.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this moment. It's very, very special for me. Dear audience, Executive President, General Secretary, colleges, authors, and literacy leaders, please accept my warmest universal greeting from Peru to Athens. It is truly a great honor for me to be here before you. I feel privileged to be present at such a significant moment for the Writers' Capital Foundation, where different cultures around the world, with its diverse nuances, embellish this stage, forming a single universal voice through literature. Humbly speaking, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Writers' Capital Foundations for the magnificent Panorama International Festival Edition 2025. This event is not only a celebration of literature, but also a profound recognition of the inner richness of each author's, honoring their creativity, spirit, imagination, and courage to express through introspections and reflections on today's most pressing issues. These books are not just stories, they are a living experience. There are dreams, a fight, an emotion, a pain, a death, a rebirth, a transmutation. They are the crystallization of creativity preserved forever in ink and soul. And this remarkable achievement would not be possible without the vision and dedication of Preeth Padmanabhan, our creative visionary mind, and a professor who is passionate, and committed to the vision and mission of the Writers' Capital Edition. This remarkable odyssey would not become possible if he did not have by his side two Irene Doura Kavadia, my friend, a multifaceted and powerful, talented writer and editor who worked together in the publishing group to success. They have done outstanding games of masterpieces. In addition, I like to mention that they also have angels with support during this path with their time and commitment. For example, I want to mention Elisa Masha, Johanna Shitraham, Vicky Mola, Marco Antonio Rodriguez Iqueiros, as well to all coordinators who work aside them with each delegate and authors, each day by day, supporting and guidance during the whole process in a team approach. Truly, what a marvelous undertaking this is. For that, they deserve not only an applause, but a standing ovation to all of you. Okay. And now to all the contributing authors, I say this. You are the symphony of this festival, like notes on a musical staff. Your words compose melodies and resonate across cultures and heart. You are the artisans of language, and I offer my most sincere congratulations. Like monarch, butterflies beginning their nuptial flight, your wings now carry your stories, your songs, your cries, crossing seas, oceans, and continents to reach a universal journal where voices intertwine and culture embrace. Your contribution have elevated this festival into one of the most respected literacy gatherings in the world, and I am honored to represent both Peru and United States in this moment of cultural unity. Allow me to close this word with using the words from Mario Vargas Llosa, our writers who just passed away. I quote, "Literacy is fire. It is a rebellion against the reality that we are giving. Through your books, you dare to question, to dream, to rebel, to remind us that literature is not only just an entertainment, it is a resistance, it is a beauty, and it is a liberty and freedom. On behalf of our foundations, I offer our deepest admiration and congratulations. May your literacy path continue to inspire and illuminate, leaving a legacy and immortalize your words for a humanity where brotherhood and peace takes precedent to all of us. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear Luisa, dearest director of Peru and USA. Of course, you are an author yourself and a renowned author, also awardee of last year with your precious book that was honored also during the summit, the Global Vision Summit here in Greece. And we had the opportunity and chance to meet you in person and present you the award together with for the book he wrote together with Margarita. That's right. Yes. So remember us, please. Remind us, Cargaditas de Amor.
Cargaditos de amor.
I remember it.
Amor, aquí está.
I remember
Here
it. It is
está.
precious. It is precious. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. And your inspiration is always a beacon of light. Thank you, my dear. Warm hug to your beautiful place. Thank you. And now we go to our next speaker for his felicitations. Ahora vamos al otro hermoso país, a Bolivia, y a nuestro director de Bolivia, Marco Antonio Rodríguez Sequeiros. Marco Antonio, ¿estás con nosotros? Bienvenido, sí, tu micrófono.
Sí, ahora sí.
Ahora sí, sí, perfecto. Te escuchamos, estamos tan felices de verte.
Gracias igualmente. Saludos cariñosos a la Fundación, a la Brighter Capital International Foundation, a su presidente y fundador, el profesor Preeth Nambiar, a su secretaria general, Irene Doura Kavadia, y a todos los presentes en esta maravillosa sesión. Como miembro ejecutivo de la Fundación, quiero agradecer y felicitar la creatividad tan amplia de nuestro presidente, quien continuamente nos ofrece iniciativas que abren puertas de crecimiento y difusión de la literatura y de los valores humanos, ofreciendo mayores plataformas de prestigio que ayudan a mejorar el futuro de la humanidad. También felicito a todo el equipo de organización de nuestro Festival Internacional del Libro Panorama 2025, bajo la excelente dirección de nuestra coordinadora general, la profesora Irene Doura Kavadia. Hago extensivo mi felicitación a todo el equipo invisible, al equipo de apoyo que silenciosamente y de manera anónima ayudan a lograr que todo salga bien para el éxito del festival, de la fundación y también de los autores. Finalmente, quiero felicitar a todos los delegados presentes y ausentes y autores por su valiosa participación, logrando aumentar el brillo de nuestro festival con su aporte. Mi deseo de éxito para cada uno de los delegados que se han presentado en el festival, que sigue el éxito de nuestros festivales y de nuestra fundación. Gracias y bendiciones.
Gracias a ti. Felicitaciones también. Te vamos a invitar de nuevo en un poquito, ¿sí? Perfecto. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you, directors of the Writers' Capital Foundation. Thank you, executive members. And now let us delve into the published gems of Writers' International Edition Publishing House. I shall now call each brilliant author whose work stands tall in this year's festival. Your literary contributions remind us that even in silence, a book can speak to thousands, that across distant lands, a shared story can ignite a common flame. Please join us in celebrating each one of you present, starting by Vandana Kumar. Dear Vandana, the die is to you.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Most welcome.
Kalispera.
Kalispera. Second time you're coming to Greece, dear Vandana.
Yes,
I'm so
yes.
looking forward to that.
And such familiar faces, so many of them I've met in Greece personally. So this book is a celebration jointly with Irene, because the translator is her, and a translator is the soul of the book. I'll give a little background to it before I show this. The original was published in 23 by World Inkers Printing and Publishing. And Irene has made a brand new book of it, Mannequin of Our Times. You know, the same soul, but my God, you know, I never even had an idea that the cover designing, because I cannot read this Greek. So, you know, hats off to the cover designer to get the soul of the book so well. The back, the front. So, you know, the book is a personal triumph for me. And as well, I will go briefly into the theme within the time limit of 4 minutes that I know. So, you know, at a personal level, it is a triumph because the original book was created during a time of personal hardship in the pandemic. My vision impairment and debilitating eye infection in my prosthetic eye made it difficult for me to take classes online, and I had to leave my teaching assignments in school. You know, instead of crying around, I decided to get up, record my poetry in audio notes, and my cousin typed them. The manuscript went to a publisher, the rest was history, and the English version was created. And 2 years down the line, to have not just got awards and reviews, but to have the Writers' International Edition come up with the Greek version is truly, truly overwhelming. At a universal level, the book chronicles our times, as it says, mannequin of our times. Times of isolation and alienation. Times when people are becoming myopic and all about I, me, mine. Times of impatience and 10-minute apps promising us the moon, and capitalist pressure to rush art and reduce it to mere content. That is what I love about your publishing house, that there is no hurry. There is a flow. There festivals happen, and you know, it's not just content, create and put it up for sale. That is the thing. It's an appreciation of art by your publishing house. The book observes but distances itself as not being judgmental, as we all are a part of this fractured and dystopian society. And I think the first thing for any artist to know and embrace is his own flaws, his own darkness, and then only can you receive light. Once again, I'm totally grateful to Irene for this beautiful translation and for getting the pulse of my book so beautifully. The original book, I told you, the girl was blindfolded. In this, the bust is there, and it conveys the same thing. The ear is missing, the head is missing. So it is also talking of, there are few takers for beauty of decay, but its acceptance is very necessary to be a real artist. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I have always said that some people are born to be fighters, and you are actually the guiding light there. I feel so emotional after all these words, after seeing again this beautiful book that I also contributed a little bit to your beautiful verses that came really from the heart. They sparked out, and it's a really beautiful gem that we're going also to launch here in the summit.
Thank you.
Here.
Thank you.
Congrats. I really feel so emotional right now after all the words that I've heard so far, and I think my situation is going to worsen, so I very quickly will ask somebody else to come and talk about their books. Some people are sick, they cannot come today, some are working. What can we do about it? We're still waiting for them. I will call Christos Dikpasanis to talk about his beautiful work, Beyond the Heavenly Paths. Christo, it is your...
Καλησπέρα, αγαπητή μου Ειρήνη.
Καλώς τον,
καλησπέρα στους αγαπητές φίλες και τους αγαπητούς φίλους. Κατά πρώτον, θέλω να ευχαριστήσω εσένα την ίδια ως εκδότρια και διευθύντρια του Writers International Edition, αλλά και για το λόγο ότι προχώρησες σε μια υπέροχη μετάφραση των ποιημάτων μου. Σε ευχαριστώ ολόψυχα. Στην παρούσα ποιητική μου συλλογή, η οποία είναι γραμμένη στην ελληνική και αγγλική γλώσσα, κυκλοφορεί με τον τίτλο «Πέρα από τα ουράνια μονοπάτια», Beyond the Heavenly Path. Εμπνέομαι από τον άνθρωπο, τον κόσμο, τη φύση, την μελλοντική πορεία τους και την εξέλιξή τους. Τα μυστήρια της γης και του σύμπαντος, και επικεντρώνομαι στην ζωή, την αγάπη, τον άνθρωπο, τα διαστημικά ταξίδια, τη χαρά της εξερεύνησης του διαστήματος, τον απικισμό του σύμφωνα και με το πρόγραμμα της NASA και την ανάγκη για το φανταστικό και για τους νέους μύθους που τώρα μόλις αρχίζουν να διαμορφώνονται. Γιατί σε κάθε περίπτωση είναι ο δρόμος που χαράζουμε τώρα στην μεταμοντέρνα, θα έλεγα, εποχή, μέσα στο ίδιο το διάστημα, μέσα στο ίδιο το σύμπαν. Κάτι τελείως καινούριο, παρόλες τις επιτυχίες που έχουμε κάνει, προσεδαφίσεις στο φεγγάρι και τα λοιπά, αλλά μόλις τώρα ξεκινάει ένα καινούριο πρόγραμμα, και το οποίο βέβαια με έχει εμπνεύσει, το πρόγραμμα για τον απικισμό του διαστήματος. Και σίγουρα διαμορφώνονται καινούργιοι μύθοι, συμπαντικοί μύθοι. Το άνοιγμα και ο απικισμός εκ μέρους του ανθρώπου, των άλλων πλανητών, ίσως και των άλλων γαλαξιών κάποια στιγμή. Γιατί σε κάθε περίπτωση Όλα αυτά είναι ο δρόμος του φανταστικού που μας οδηγεί σε αυτό που στέκεται ως διακαής πόθος όλων μας. Την επαφή έστω και για λίγο με το ακατόρθωτο, το παρόν ανέφικτο όμως. Εγώ προσωπικά πιστεύω ότι θα επιτευχθεί τελικά ο αποικισμός του διαστήματος. Επιστήμονας δεν είμαι, αλλά πιστεύω στη δύναμη του ανθρώπινου μυαλού. Αυτό το έντονο ενδιαφέρον μου για το σύμπαν έχει ως κεντρικό ενδιαφέρον το νιάξιμο για τον άνθρωπο από την δικιά μου μεριά. Ο άνθρωπος πληγωμένος από τόσες αρνητικές καταστάσεις στην καθημερινότητά του ατενίζει τα αστέρια αναζητώντας μια διαφορετική οπτική στη ζωή του. Πραγματικά ο άνθρωπος θα ξεπεράσει σύντομα τα σύνορα του γαλαξία μας, θα βρει νέους κόσμους, καθένας από τους οποίους θα έχει τις προϋποθέσεις για την ανάπτυξη της ζωής. Ο σωστός χειρισμός όλων αυτών των θεμάτων, χωρίς να χάσει την ανθρωπιά του ο άνθρωπος, εξαρτάται από τον ίδιο και από τη στάση και τη συμπεριφορά του. Σε κάθε περίπτωση δεν έγραψα τη συλλογή μου για να ψυχαγωγήσω τους αναγνώστες μου, αλλά για να τους προσφέρω τη δυνατότητα και την ευχαρίστηση του προβληματισμού. Ως εκ τούτου, στα ποίηματα της συλλογής μου αυτής, όπως και σε όλα τα βιβλία μου γενικά, προσπαθώ να οθήσω τους αναγνώστες να προβληματιστούν με πολλά βασικά ζητήματα που υπήρξαν πηγές έμπνευσης για μένα, όπως οι ανθρώπινες σχέσεις, η ηθική της βιογενετικής, η γνώση και το ήθος που πρέπει να έχουμε όταν προχωρήσουμε στον αποικισμό του διαστήματος και για την επιτυχημένη έξοδό μας στο διάστημα. Τα ποίηματα αυτής της συλλογής μου, άλλοτε σε ελπιδοφόρο ύφος και άλλοτε ως υπενθύμηση της μοναξιάς που περιμένει τον άνθρωπο εκεί έξω, αγωνίζονται να εξερευνήσουν το βάθος της ανθρώπινης ψυχής και την απόδοση αυτού του δράματος, αυτής της αγωνίας που ζούμε και εκφράζουμε καθημερινά. Η πρόθεση, αλλά και η ανάγκη της ανάτασης, της υπερπτήσης, ο πόθος για τη ζωή που τριγυρίζει σε νέα μονοπάτια στο διάστημα, αφήνοντας πίσω το παλιό μικρό κόσμο της υδρογείου, ο μύθος που τώρα μόλις αρχίζει να δημιουργείται, αλλά δίνει και νεόδωρα τα εφόδια για την ανάγνωση ενός κόσμου που αναμένεται να αναδυθεί στην ταχεία αναζήτηση του ανέφικτου, αποτελούν τα θεμελιώδη στηρίγματα ενός συμπαντικού κόσμου που μόλις γεννήθηκε. Πραγματικά μια νέα αντικειμενικότητα κάνει την εμφάνισή της εκεί έξω, εφάνταστη, πρικισμένη με ελευθερία και ανοιχτό ακόμα ήθος. Φωτίζει την ανθρώπινη συμπαντική ιστορία που ήδη γράφει τις πρώτες της σελίδες, κουβαλώντας βαθύτερες αναζητήσεις της ανθρωπότητας. Επομένως, η κοινωνία και ειδικότερα ο άνθρωπος και το μέλλον του ως σημαντικό είναι ο σημαντικότερος παράγοντας που έχει διαμορφώσει την παρούσα ποιητική συλλογή μου, αλλά και εμένα τον ίδιο όσον αφορά τις σκέψεις μου και τις επιλογές μου. Θέλησα λοιπόν να γράψω ποίηματα για την κατάκτηση και τον αποικισμό του διαστήματος, σκεπτόμενος στο μέλλον του ανθρώπου, κατά το οποίο, αν δεν επικρατήσει η αγάπη, η κατανόηση, η ανεκτικότητα, τότε τα πράγματα δεν θα είναι καθόλου θετικά. Μάλιστα πιστεύω πως υπάρχει μεγάλος φόβος και κίνδυνος αυτά τα ελαττώματά του άνθρωπος να τα μεταφέρει και στο διάστημα, αν τελικά κάποτε το αποικήσει. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ και συγχαρητήρια σε όλους τους ομότεκνους μου.
Συγχαρητήρια, αγαπημένε μας Χρήστο. Congratulations, dear Christos Tikvasanis.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Ευχαριστούμε και εμείς που είσαι μαζί μας. Christos presented today his second book with us. His first was A Journey to Infinity, a purely English poetry collection, and now his bilingual collection, Πέρα από τα ουράνια μονοπάτια, Beyond the Heavenly Paths, and his core inspiration is, after all his studies and all his concerns and interests about life on Earth and life in space and what lies there, actually is man himself and how he will in the future be able to colonize the planets and the stars, but without bearing with him all his negative traits. Let him at least, when it happens, make a fresh start. Thank you so much, dear Christos. Congratulations for this beautiful literary gem. So different.
Ευχαριστώ θερμά και είναι τεράστια τιμή για μένα να συμμετέχω στο φεστιβάλ. Συγχαρητήρια σε όλους.
Για μας. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ.
Ευχαριστώ ιδιαίτερα και προσωπικά.
Να είσαι καλά, Χρήστο μου. Χαιρετισμούς στην αγαπημένη μας Βάλια.
Ευχαρίστας και από την ίδια σας χαιρετάει η παρακολουθεί.
Την περιμένουμε στο Panorama Arts. We're expecting all our artist friends to the Panorama Arts that is going to open up after the book festival, of course. And now I go to the director of Malaysia, Dr. Zainatul Shuhaida, our special friend who is multi-awarded, multi-talented, and she has her precious own book to present to us today. Most welcome from beautiful Malaysia.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the visionary leadership of Prof. Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar, founder, president, and the CEO of the foundation and the chairman of Panorama International Literature. This event reflects your hard work and the commitment to fostering global literary excellence and intercultural dialogue. And thank you with full of love to Prof. Irene Doura Kavadia, Secretary General of the Writers Capital Foundation, and also PIBF Chief Coordinator for your support and guidance. This is my 3rd year joining this prestigious event Panorama, and now more excellent achievement Writers Capital Foundation with publish a book. From this foundation, I share my nation, my language Bahasa Melayu, my country Malaysia, and through my poem A Piece of Life Tells Everything. I would like to thank to also Institute Seni Kreatif Nusantara Insan, Faculty Film Theatre and Animation University Teknologi Mara Malaysia, encourage me always, especially together with the joining with this Panorama Festival event, and also encourage me for globally renowned, locally rooted. And thank you for all the families and the friends, especially Arwin Ramli. I'm very happy on behalf of my country, Malaysia, because I'm the only writers from Asian represent Malay cultural tradition through this intercultural dialogue and through this anthology book. And this is my book, A Piece of Life. You can see Irene and everybody.
We cannot see it very well, my dear. Can you keep it there somehow?
Can this one?
Maybe in front of you somehow? We cannot see the cover.
Okay.
It somehow blends with the background.
Yes. Okay, never mind. Let me read about this book.
Let us.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
keep it. Perfect.
Okay,
let's see.
About this book, actually, I find myself a reflection on the nearly 3 decades that I shaped this work. Yeah, and this anthology published for the first edition in 2024. Poem written between 1995 and 2024, verses that trace my journey through various moments and places, from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore, Taipei, and so on. So within the 3 decades, when I travel, I will write a poem, and I keep this book special edition. Actually, this is this book actually at first since 1995. I wrote in Malay language. I keep for the 30 years this book, and for this, to be honest, Special Writers Foundation, first time in my life, this book translated to English actually. So I want to keep this book 30 years my journey life as a memory for Writers Capital Foundation, actually, and to all of you. This book, why this is a very special, because this poem actually inside here emerged from a different phases of my life, actually, for 30 years, each tied to a specific time and the location, reflecting both personal observation and in the broader context of my surroundings. Rooted in my Malayan heritage, this book there is drawn on the language, landscape, and the tradition that have informed in my perspective. This book is also the result of a long process, and I am grateful and I am very happy and to say thank you very much. I want to acknowledge Prof. Preeth Nambiar, President of the Writers Foundation, because your encouragement and the leadership in the fostering literary voice, your support to me, and I think to all the writers all over the world, very invaluable, actually. And also my gratitude goes to Prof. Irene, never give up, always entertain me, always night, daytime. Actually, your effort, your love, your dedication and assistance actually in connecting writers like myself to a global community, my country. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. When you keep a poem actually for the 30 years, you don't know how to express your feeling until this book is published by Writers Capital Foundation, and it spread everywhere. Everybody can see and they can read our heart within the 30 years. It is very hard to explain and express the feeling, especially for information, everybody's Prof. Irene. My book now actually reviewed from many writers country. The latest from Indonesia. Now I'm waiting from Russian, from Japan, from New Zealand. They're going to review how the process, the decade, the what you call the transformation through the years, through the people, to the mind and the philosophy, on the perspective Malaysian aspect from me, because I'm from Malaysia within the 30 years, how this happened, how this journey for the 30 years. So I'm waiting this review, and I'm going to post so everybody can see what is happening in Malaysia to our philosophy, the Malay culture, and so on, about the Malaysian people and so on within the 30 years. Thank you very much. I would like to read one from this book, Final Farewells. Wrote in Lengo, 1996. If I could still this morning, surely love would give birth in the room. I'd wipe brightness into smile. I'd wave love in the village. Let me longing shatter in the shade. Let me longing shatter in the grandpa heart. I will color eternally here. My life shine there. Let grandpa bow proudly, and the land continue to praise, even call closer because responsibilities amiss. Grandpa needed to rest, he said, in a morning full of friend Japanese signed. So this is one of these, and this is my latest in the 2023, just a little bit, history in language. Here unfolds the tales of a story, Hantua, the warrior dawn in glory, defending sovereignty, honor, and nation, bound by oath and a faithful dedication. For age, the Malay stood tall, merchant and the traders answering the call, navigators, heroes of great might, across the archipelago, their values like. So this is just a part, I'm not going to read all. So you can see within the 1996 to the 2024, my mind as a writer, when I wrote a poem, that is also what you call an improvement. The transition by the years, when we go older, we go mature, even our writing also improvement. This is what I'm trying to say. As a writer, we need to keep writing and writing and writing, think and writing consistently. So from that, we can see, we will know better who we are and what is the world look like. Thank you very much again to all of you, to all my friends. I'm very proud. I always look at yours work, and congratulations everyone. And thank you, Prof. Irene and Preeth Nambiar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear special friend, for making us become part of your soul right now that you talked about how you started, where you have where you are right now after all this beautiful evolution of writing. And you laid out your heart right now before the whole world. And we're so proud of you because you have already, we just published it, I know, but you already have your beautiful reviews from across the globe. You mentioned Japan, you mentioned, of course, your country, you mentioned Russia. It's going to be, I mean, a literary gem and a bestseller very, very soon, as I can see it. Congratulations, my dear friend. You are indeed a trailblazer. Bravo.
For your information, usually biasanya saya akan buat dalam bahasa Melayu. I'm going to write in Malay language, my poem and everything dalam bahasa Melayu. Everything dalam bahasa Melayu. But one of my friends told me that I need to write in English because this is when I write the poem in English, this is will go internationally. Everybody will understand what my heart actually. That's why this is maybe my first and my last buat di dalam bahasa Inggeris sebab all my books all in bahasa Melayu. So this is a very actually special my gift to the Writers International Edition. For the titik ears boleh membaca buku ini sebenarnya. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well. Congratulations once again. Very, very nice. And now we go to Mexico. We have a special friend there, a multifaceted personality, a language teacher, tenor, a composer, poet, so many things. Maximino Melchor. Maximino, bienvenido, most welcome. You have to show us a pentalingual book. Please unmute yourself. Il microfono. Okay.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Yeah.
Welcome.
Indeed, this is a pentalingual poem book. First of all, I want to warmly greet each and every one of you here, General Secretary Irene and Professor Preeth Nambiar, because in this first book experience for me, they, with the best of their expertise, made me feel supported, sheltered, mentored. I really admire the work that Writers Capital Foundation does, and I'm convinced I work with a world-class team. And moving on to the substantive side of the book at hand, which I don't have it physically, but with help of technology, I will show my cover right here. This one. Can you see this? I'm not sure. Well, this is the front. Yeah. This is the front. Destellos y otras luces. In English, it's called Flashes and Other Lights. We have as well another front.
Wait, dear Maximino, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Please, dear Preetha, something is happening and we're seeing your screen.
Oh, okay.
So we can't see yours, dear Maximino. Just a second.
I get this. Yeah.
Dear Preetha, if you can hear us, there is a problem with this. I don't know how to solve this because if I just make this vanish, your presentation will vanish too.
I've done this before. I have it here. Okay. This is gonna work.
Do you have the book there? Do you have a book? Okay. Please show us the book then.
Right here. It's ready. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. This is the front. Can you see this?
Yes, now we can see. Wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. This is the front. Destellos y otras luces, flashes and other lights, Valiore and altre luci. And here we got another image of the front. funny image, and we have the back one, the back image. Okay. So
Congratulations.
thank
So
you so much.
beautiful. So beautiful.
So moving on to the substantive side of the book at hand today, Flashes and Other Lights, Destellos y Otras Luces, La Vida en Prosa. It's a 20-year journey where the word that shapes everything, the shaper of my own life, he gave me constantly clues to discover my identity and part of my mission. And sometimes in sad moments, ecstatic moments, happy and euphoric moments. And spontaneously, I would say naturally, holy inspiration always came to my mind. Despite of this, I wasn't thoroughly convinced this was part of my nature until at the Segundo Encuentro Internacional de Escritores, sitting alongside with great Latin American authors and poets, including Carmelita Gómez Bravo, including Luisa Camere, and currently experiencing the chapter of my life, chapter of love present in my life. I realized that my prose, like theirs, comes from the same will, a willingness to share the things hard and difficult to achieve that are finally good and which we do with love and gratitude. Hence the reason why this first book of mine is devoted to my mother, is devoted to my teachers, and to the divine, the absolute author. The content of this collection of poems presents poetry addressed to childhood, friendship, love, passion, sometimes the immense sadness of a fragile existence with resilience, the wisdom of a mentor, the laughter of children, each moment that marks our journey in life, to recognize and be grateful that from existence and the gifts with which we work and produce fruits, all these gifts are borrowed. And one day, we will return them to their true author. Looking forward that every reader may enjoy this book. It's been accurately traduced by Writers' Capital Foundation edition into 5 languages: Spanish, English, French, Italian, and Greek. I'd like to close this message quoting a scientific Carl Sagan. He wrote, "For creatures as small as us, immensity is only bearable through love. Para criaturas tan pequeñas como nosotros, la inmensidad solo es soportable a través del amor." Thank you so much, Writers' Capital Foundation. Thank you, Writers' Capital Foundation community, all of you, for your attention.
Congratulations. By the way, Carl Sagan is also my favorite astrophysicist. I used to watch Cosmos like a real fan. Congratulations for this beautiful book. I had the chance of course, reading it, one of the first, and rendering it into Greek, of course, and into French. So I can say that whoever told you that you deserve international acclaim, they were so right. And I thank them, all those you mentioned, Luisa Camere, Carmelita, and all your other friends that really prompted you to come forth and bring us this beautiful literary gem. Congratulations, dear Maximino. We will have the pleasure of presenting this also officially in the Global Vision Summit in a month.
Yeah, God willing, of course. Thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. And after my congratulations to Maximino, we go also to another Spanish-speaking lady, Carmelita Gómez Bravo. Carmelita, thank you so much for being among us. Such an honor to have you with all your beautiful poetry, also in many languages.
Thank you very much. Good morning from Tijuana, Mexico. Good afternoon, Atenas, Kalinixta. I am Carmelita Gomez Bravo, physician and Mexican poet. Thanks a lot, our founding president, Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar, Irene Doura Kavadia, Elisa Macia, Vicky Smola, Johanna Chistrahan, Marco Antonio Rodríguez y a mi querida coordinadora Luisa Cámere Quiroz. My book is Poems of the Hourglass. The main objective of the book is to influence people to change their way of acting, of the benefits of the future of humanity. I will speak in Spanish. Mi libro, Poemas del reloj de arena, se llama así porque insta la importancia del tiempo que tenemos para cambiar el futuro trágico que nos espera si no cambiamos nuestra manera de actuar. Indica, el título es alusivo al paso del tiempo que se agota y al trágico futuro que nos espera si no cambiamos. Este libro se divide en 3 partes. En la primera parte, desolación, describo lo que está sucediendo en la Tierra y el peligro de terminar la vida en el planeta si no cambiamos nuestra manera de actuar. El segundo capítulo es la esperanza y se describen lugares hermosos, virtudes humanas que inducen a cambiar al bien, a cambiar nuestra conducta para cuidar de la naturaleza y nuestro entorno. También habla de prevenir enfermedades como toxicomanías, tabaquismo, alcoholismo y algunas otras. En la tercera sección es dedicada a mis amigos, los poetas, como un reconocimiento por ser las personas que han dedicado su vida a luchar por la paz, por la vida, por el bien común, en defensa de la naturaleza y de la manera más noble. Al final, el último de mis poemas es como mi vida sintetizada en unos pasos en la principal avenida de mi ciudad. Yo acudí en octubre pasado, el mes de mi cumpleaños, a la presentación de un libro, a un encuentro poético. Y por diferentes motivos yo iba sola, caminando. Encontré un carrusel de caballitos como en París, precioso, y pedí a un transeúnte desconocido que me tomara una fotografía y la publiqué en mi cuenta de Facebook. Fui al encuentro y cuando salí iba pensando en que cuando yo tenía 20 años caminaba con un amigo muy querido de la universidad, un poeta muy inteligente que escribía versos para mí. Pero habían pasado 40 años y ya no estaban mis papás, no estaba mucha gente querida. Pero sin embargo, en la fotografía que yo vi publicada, habían unos versos de un poeta muy querido del Perú. Y en ese momento, cuando yo me acercaba a donde había dejado estacionado mi carro, me di cuenta que en la vida podemos perder a personas queridas, pero en el camino van saliendo amigos muy afines que comparten muchas cosas importantes. En este caso, yo me di cuenta que habían pasado 40 años y aparentemente yo estaba sola caminando en esa calle donde antes fui acompañada de mucha gente, pero yo me había convertido en una médica que decidí a los 4 años y que amigos desde otros países, amigos muy queridos, escribían versos sobre mí porque yo tenía poemas reconocidos y yo siempre admiré a los poetas, siempre creí que eran las personas más sabias, como las personas más, las mejores personas en el mundo. Y yo, sin saberlo, era uno de ellos. Y ahí me di cuenta que a pesar de que aparentemente ir caminando sola, yo era alguien que tenía un legado, que dejaba un legado a la humanidad y ese es el último poema de mi libro, pero los otros poemas van dedicados a mejorar el mundo. Muchas gracias. Luisa,
Congratulations.
no sé si puedes comentar un poquito de lo que no se entendió porque no pude decir todo en inglés, no preparé un discurso. O si ya con eso quedamos. Muchas gracias. Efharistopoli.
Estamos muy orgullosas de ti, Carmelita, por tu obra que has brindado al mundo. Realmente, yo lo digo en español porque puedo transmitir un sentimiento, ¿no? Trabajar contigo ha sido un honor y realmente ese día a día, ¿no? Que hemos compartido, he rescatado en ti ese tesoro que tienes, ¿no? Esa preocupación por el mundo, ¿no? Por salvarlo, no solamente como médica que has sido para dedicar tu vida a la medicina, sino también para salvaguardar nuestra ecología, ¿no? Entonces, por ejemplo, tú tienes un poema muy bello de gotas de agua, un simbolismo del colibrí, ¿no? Llevando un poquito, piquito, poquito, gota a gota, ese fluido etéreo sagrado, como ha sido nuestro mensaje de panorama de los poetas. Entonces, yo veo en ti una maestría en tu poesía y una dedicación, ¿no? A salvaguardar nuestro medio, nuestra ecología y sobre todo que en tu edad de oro, ¿no? Intenta ser la sanadora de la humanidad de gota a gota como un canto y una danza del colibrí. Realmente me siento muy emocionada, muy complacida de haber sido tu coordinadora y haberte ayudado paso a paso en este proceso. Muchas gracias. Estamos muy orgullosas de ti y de tu obra.
Muchas gracias, Luisa. En realidad, el poema de Gotas de Agua es como un perfume para atraer a las personas a leer lo que digo. Gracias.
Así es.
Thank you, dear Luisa, for the comment. Thank you, dear Carmelita, for the whole inspiration. You are extremely aligned with the vision and mission of the Writers' Capital Foundation and our efforts to raise awareness towards saving our planet. All your poems there are showing the urgency of how fast we need to act before it's too late. 1:45, yes? A quarter to midnight means that if we don't act now, midnight or doom is coming. One of your precious, precious mottos that come recurring into the book. And I have seen that, and it's something that we should really recognize about your poetry. Congratulations, dear Carmelita. And from one doctor who is trying to save humanity with her verses, and we thank her wholeheartedly for that, we go to another doctor who is trying also to save humanity and to cultivate souls, to India, and Dr. Sri Lakshmi Adyapak, our also very special friend. Dr. Sri Lakshmi, the dice to you, dear. Please unmute yourself, your microphone, so we can hear you.
Okay. I'm a very warm welcome and very warm regards from India. I'm a cardiologist, and this is my second book with Writers Capital Foundation. The first one was The Song Divine, which was rendering of the Bhagavad Gita into English poetry. Now I have attempted to, this book is the Kathopanishad, which is the last part of the Vedas, is called the Upanishad. Those are verses, about 108 of them are there. And this is one of the most sacred ones because this has the eternal truth is spoken. Actually, it is in the form of a conversation to a young ascetic from the Lord of Death. So the story goes that there's a sage who's giving off his valuables to the poor as charity. And so he starts giving off very old and disabled cows who are not able to yield milk. So the son is about a young chap, and he goes to his father and he says, "This is not right. When you give a gift, you should give the best. So why are you doing this? Then to whom are you going to give me?" So he says, he gets very angry and he says, "I'm giving you to death." So he feels responsible. He should save his father's grace and he should save him from sin and all that. He goes straight to meet the god of death. This is how it is. Maybe it's a metaphorical statement. He goes and meets him, and there is a conversation, and the Lord of Death to ask him to ask for three boons. The first boon, he asks that his father should be calm and he should welcome him back and not have as anger against him. The second boon he asks is about the fire, sacrificial fire, how to make it. The third one he asks is the secret of death and the secret of afterlife and secret of the soul, for which the god of death doesn't want to give out that secret. So he throws a lot of temptations in his way and hopes that he picks them up. But he says he doesn't want to do that. He's very steadfast. So he reveals to him the secret of the ultimate truth. So this is how it goes. I would like to read a few poems from this. So this is not a translation of the book, but it is just a rendering of the English version in poetry. So it says, blemishes external, never the sun taint, transcendental sorrows, worldly unchained, peace external, when intellect hones discriminant, surrender to self, in mind's controller prominent. Then there is one more poem about the Upanishad. Upanishad, which is a trisyllabic word of pregnant knowledge, a seeker's sword, that which cleaves ignorance worldly, permits seekers to approach knowledge boldly. So I'd like to conclude by saying that there's another, the final thing where he says, freed from virtue and vice, ignorance and desire, the lad attained the self, the ultimate fire. That is the knowledge of the ultimate self, the soul, and this. And I must really thank dear Irene Doura Kavadia and Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar for making this possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this beautiful gem. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your second book is equally magnificent to the first one. And we're sure that many, many more are yet to come because you have a soul that knows how to give. And it is so connected with your profession. Congratulations, dear Sri Laxmi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your
Doctor of the
kind
Heart.
words. Yeah, thank you.
The
Thank
Doctor
you
of the
so
Heart,
much.
literally and metaphorically, and
Yeah.
in all aspects, in all senses. Congratulations, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you
all,
so much.
In
Thank
all the things we do, in all our projects. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
I will stick to India a little bit because it is too late there. So I will go to Abhilash, dear friend, Abhilash Fraser, who will present to us his ballad. Am I right?
Hello. Yeah. Hello, Irene.
Hello.
Am I audible? Hi.
Of course,
Hi,
yes.
Joanna, Alicia, and all my friends from around the world. Greetings from India. This is my book, The Ballad of the Universe. I hope you can see. This is the background of the book. This book has a very interesting story to tell. I began writing this book 30 years ago. Interestingly, when I was a teenager, I got the seminal idea of the book. And while I was only 16 or 17-year-old, I wrote the preliminary version of this book. And the book instantly got first prize in a competition held in our land. And later, after many years, I thought that it should be improvised and updated according to the experiences I have gathered over the years. And nearly 15 years ago, I wrote it again, a new updated version, and it was in Malayalam, in my language. And I think some of you might have seen Prabanja Gatha. Some of you might have seen Writers Capital Foundation has been sharing the photographs of them. Prabanja Gatha again won another award in Thrissur, in our land, second award. And of late, mainly because of our president, Preeth Nambiar, a special thanks to him, he asked me that I should write it. I should write the English version of the same book. So that was how the Ballad of the Universe came into being. So it was written 6 months ago. I wrote it in English. It's not exactly a translation of the Malayalam version, but there are timely updates which based on the new insights I've gathered over the years. To go into the content of the book, it's essentially it doesn't have a familiar storyline. As the title of the book suggests, it's about the cosmic music. The protagonist, although the protagonist is an Indian musician named Bharat, I believe that the real protagonist is the music of the universe. Bharat goes on learning from the universe the minutest sounds, and he contemplates the minutest sounds and goes deeper into the transcendence of sounds and learns what is the essence of the universal music. And he learns from his master. His name was Vishwanath Bhagavatar. When his learning was complete, to his surprise, his master asked him not to sing again, not to perform his public debut. He asked him to cancel his public debut, which was fixed on a particular date with so many audience to gather. Then he was perplexed and baffled. and unable to understand what the master meant. The only clue the master gives to the musician was that to sing or to dedicate one's life to cosmic music is to bear the weight or burden of the entire universe upon one's shoulders. The sufferings of to sing the cosmic music is to bear on one's shoulders the entire weight of the sorrows of the universe. So Bharat doesn't really understand what exactly he means. He's confused and he's absolutely sorrowful. The next day he finds that his master is missing and master is nowhere to be found. And he goes on searching for the master because he can no more sing unless his master permits him to sing. So after a long search, he finds that his master is found dead on a railway station in Gwalior, in a North Indian city, and is completely devastated and with an enormous pain and agony because the only thing he wanted was to sing and express his music, and he is not able to sing. So now he becomes a symbol of every creative person who is chained, who is banned from vending out his creative power. It's a symbolic, actually. There's a lot of symbolism in this novel. So he retreats from all the in the entire world and he goes into a forest land and he hides himself, and he is there. He want to get away from he want to escape from the sorrows of his soul. Actually, he opens up, he takes the relief from the forest and he listens to the song. But the forest again, he feels that the forest is beckoning him back to his music. There is a conflict always because his voice of his master is like forbidding him from singing. And there's a lot of conflicts are happening. But slowly, one man named Tenali Mupan, one sage, a wise man, leads him to a new meaning about cosmic music. That music is not just what we perform on stage, but music or art is something that is a way of life, that is to be lived every moment in the life. When Bharat learns some new meaning that art is not just a performance on the stage, but something to be lived in every moment. And he finds that the people are after leaving the this wise man, he goes back to his people, tribal people, when he gets involved in their sorrows and sufferings. Until then, he was a lonely man. He was a secluded man with no contact with the beings of the world. So suddenly his vision changes, and he decides to stand for the tribal people, the people of the forest. And that is so he learns finds the new meaning for the enigmatic words of the father, that to sing or dedicates one's life for the cosmic music is to bear the entire weight of the universe, or that. So then it comes that a corporate company and a multinational company comes to invade the forest land, and they want to set up a chemical factory there. So this will be a disruption of the cosmos. Cosmos means the ecological balance. So Bharat decides that the only thing he has in his hand is to sing, because sing before the people, grabbing the attention of the media, and bring the cause of these people, helpless people, tribals, and the people of the forest to the attention of the media. And he decides to sing and makes his public debut in front of the media, and he invites all the media to this forest land. So this is a special kind of music. I mean, it consists of 14 ragas. That's my innovation, actually. I don't know whether there is any that kind of music, but it's going from the elements of life. It's a passage from basic elements of life, from water, fire, and it goes on to the higher elements like atom, then birds, trees. Everything is a raga, and those who listen to the music become aware of what is happening, their own roots. There are roots in the cosmos. Men, those who are listening to Bharat music, become aware of what is, their own roots, their own memories, immemorial memories from the beginning of the time, maybe time of the Big Bang. Everybody is called back to the universe, the unknown duality of the universe. That's how the novel proceeds and develops. So the essence of the novel is that there is a non-duality in the cosmos. There is a music in the cosmos with the nature, between the human beings, between human beings and birds and creatures and trees and every creation in the world, even beyond the earth, among the planets, among the stars, there is a non-duality. There is a music that unites everything. So that's a ballad of the universe. That's all about it. The rest, I think, you can directly read from the book. So thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much, dear Writers Capital Foundation, for having my book with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Abhilash. Congratulations for this beautiful, inspirational gem, The Ballad of the Universe. And you're so right, there's music in everything. And in ancient Greece, we also had this great figure, personality, who was many things: a mathematician, an astronomer, musician, Pythagoras, I mean. And he also mentioned of the cosmic ballad of the stars and the planets. And he was able, they say, to somehow listen to it, understand it, and also give it to the rest of the people. Of course, millennia has come in between and we've lost all such things, but at least we know that there are some luminous people that really do understand and go beyond the normal things that we do. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Irene.
Bravo, once again. Thank you for being with us. And so now we go to another special friend, Preetha from India, but teaching in UAE, right?
Yeah.
Come on, dear Preetha. We had the pleasure of meeting in person last year in the summit. And this was an inspiration for you.
Yeah.
For the book. Tell us all about it. Most welcome.
Yes. I just read few lines from it. In valleys deep, our past resides. Through time's vast flow where love abides, we marvel at the pine tree's grace. Its beauty, it's in time and space. Blushing breeze, swift my hair, your fingers lingered, tender rare. The olives, green, a memory sweet. Athens hills beneath my feet. The meadows whispered, cool and bright. Their breath dissolved my stubborn bride. From the east your voice did call, a pull divine, embracing all. Here I stand, your spirit nearby. Acropolis, my soul you steal. In your shadow I am complete, our bond eternal, love's heartbeat. I'm extremely happy to present a few lines from my Whispers of Acropolis. Hello everyone, it's me Preetha Vikram from UAE. Good to everyone present here. It's with great respect and gratitude that I extend warm greetings to our visionary leader, Professor Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar, founder, president, and CEO of the foundation and chairman of Panorama International Literature, Arts, and Book Festivals, whose guidance continues to inspire learning beyond boundaries. I would also like to thank our esteemed Secretary General, Professor Irene Doura Kavadia, for hosting this meaningful gathering, a space where minds meet and stories speak across continents. I just show my book. It's in my mobile. It's having reach here, and take time to reach. Yeah, but I haven't. This is my book. This back page, and the first picture was the front page. I just continue with this verse. In 2024, I was invited as a guest of honor by the Writers' Capital Foundation to Athens, Greece. While I launched my debut poetry collections, Phoenix Rhapsody, a book born from pain, healing, and rebirth. I traveled with gratitude in my heart, but something else was conceived in that land of gods and philosophers. That's the second book. In a fast-paced world, Whispers of the Acropolis is a gentle call to slow down, to look back, and to carry the wisdom of the past into the choices we make today. This book invites us to pause, to listen, not just to the whispers of the ancient stones, but to the quieter voices within ourselves. Curiosity, wonder, and resilience. The theme that I have woven them into the poetic textile are universal: resilience, self-discovery, gratitude, and the fleeting nature of presence. Yet they are deeply personal. Each piece within these pages have been woven from the fabric of my life moments of light and shadow, hope and despair, love and longing. There is a city hidden in the spaces between thoughts, a place where the ordinary and extraordinary collide. Additionally, some bloomed in moments of laughter, others in the rain of heartache, but all grow towards the sun of understanding, a quiet. It's a constellation of thoughts, murmur of my soul, etched into paper. This book is my offering to the one who once held my hand and taught me to write, to every teacher who inspired through love, and to every reader who dared to pause and feel. And last but no means least, my deepest gratitude to the President of Writers' Capital Foundation, Professor Preeth Nambiar, truly a humanitarian. Thank you for seeing the spark in me and giving me the precious opportunity to share my voice with the world. A special thanks from the bottom of my heart to the ever gracious and the General Secretary General, Professor Irene Doura. Your kindness, humility, and radiant spirit have left a lasting warmth in my soul. And to all the distinguished members of the Foundation, thank you for your tireless dedication and for creating a space where voices, cultures, and hearts unite. Your work inspires not only writers, but dreamers everywhere. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your reading, not just the words, but the silence between them. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this thoughtful exchange. Let's continue to listen to books, to each other, and to the quiet truth, and often speak the loudest. Thank you all. Bye.
Congratulations, and thank you so much, dear Preetha, for what you shared with us, and the beautiful words you mentioned about our country, Greece, the cradle of European civilization. The beautiful that still you have the inspiration inside of you, and one part of it resides in your heart, coming right from our Athens, Greece, from the Acropolis, the precious landmark of the whole humanity, because the Greeks dedicated it to the whole humanity, and we know that. Thank you so much. Keep the inspiration going, and we hope to see you also this year in the summit. If you have the time, stop by.
Yeah, sure.
We always have open arms for you. Thank you, dear. Congratulations.
Right.
And since we are in Athens, literally, I will call Theodore Dalmaris to talk about his latest book with us, which is called From the Panorama of Creation. So panorama, as you see, is an emblematic word that is rooted within our hearts. And it's, of course, a Greek word. Panorama means seeing everything. And I will quote from his book, from the back cover. Κανένας άνθρωπος και έθνος δεν μπορεί να αποφύγει το πεπρωμένο του, αν δεν αγρυπνεί ακατάπαυστα, οι θεοί θα το επιτείνουν. Πυθαγόρας. My dear Theodore, αγαπημένε μου Θεόδωρε, I have a great surprise for you.
Τώρα το βλέπω.
Μόλις ήρθε σήμερα. Συγχαρητήρια.
Είναι η τελική μοίρα της Ευρώπης.
Μπορείς να εξηγήσεις, σε παρακαλώ πολύ, αυτό το υπέροχο βιβλίο που ήρθε στα χέρια μας. This is the book and this emblematic cover. Please have a look at it.
Ευχαριστώ, οφείλεται και στη δική σας προσπάθεια.
Αγαπημένε Θεόδωρε, ο λόγος σε σένα.
Ειρήνη, ευχαριστώ πολύ. Όχι γιατί συνδράματε στην έκδοση αυτής της αυτού του βιβλίου, αυτού του ανθολογίου των ποιημάτων μου, αλλά γιατί καταφέρατε να δημιουργήσετε έναν τρόπο επικοινωνίας μεταξύ ανθρώπων από όλο τον κόσμο. Σήμερα εγώ κατάλαβα ότι όλοι αυτοί οι άνθρωποι προσπαθούν να βρουν έναν δρόμο για να ξαναγυρίσουν στην κοινή πατρίδα, στη φύση και στο σύμπαν. Εκεί ανήκουν, αυτή είναι η πατρίδα. Και εκείνος ο οποίος καθοδηγεί τη μοίρα του ανθρώπου είναι αυτό που λέμε ο συμπαντικός νους. Αξιότιμες κυρίες και κύριοι από όλο τον κόσμο, αξιότιμες κυρίες και κύριοι των εκδόσεων Writers International Edition, σας ευχαριστώ. Σας ευχαριστώ για την τιμή που μου κάνατε να εκδώσετε το ανθολόγιο που μόλις μας παρουσιάσατε των ποιημάτων μου από μια σειρά ποιητικών μου συλλογών που εκτείνονται σε 2.000 σελίδες περίπου και περί τις 15.000 ποιητικούς στίχους. Το έργο αυτό άρχισε να γράφεται το 2014 σαν αποτέλεσμα των βεβαιοτήτων μου για τα μνημόνια που αλυσόδεσαν την πατρίδα μας, την πατρίδα μου, την πατρίδα μας για ένα τουλάχιστον αιώνα και προδιέγραψαν τη μοίρα του ελληνισμού να αντισταθεί ή να πεθάνει όπως συμβαίνει στην πολυχιλιετή ιστορία μας. Αναφέρεται σε κάθε έθνος αυτή η προσπάθεια, σε κάθε λαό, σε κάθε πολίτη του πλανήτη. Είναι μια προσπάθεια μέσα από το αρχαίο ελληνικό λόγο και την σύγχρονη επιστήμη να οδηγηθώ στην κατανόηση του ανθρώπου σαν γέννημα των φυσικών νόμων και μέσα από τη θεία εξέλιξη των πάντων να αναταχθεί στο πρώτο όν του σύμπαντος. Αποτελεί για μένα μια κατάθεση ψυχής και μια κραυγή για όσα βλέπω και ζω να γίνονται, που είναι ο καρπός της σκοτεινής φύσης μας και εφαρμόζονται κατά του ανθρώπου και της φυσικής τάξης. Στο δεύτερο βιβλίο μου, με τίτλο «Προμηθέας από την αυγή του ανθρώπου, Ελλάδα ο αιώνιος δεσμός της», προτάσω τον Προμηθέα Τιτάνα της ελληνικής μυθολογίας που ευεργέτησε το ανθρώπινο γένος, κλέβοντας την φωτιά, δηλαδή τη γνώση, από τους θεούς για να την προσφέρει στους ανθρώπους και τιμωρήθηκε γι' αυτό από το Δία με την σταύρωσή του στον Κάφκασο. Στο τρίτο βιβλίο μου, με τίτλο «Οδές στην ελευθερία στην Ελλάδα και στην οικουμένη», προσπαθώ να προσεγγίσω ποιητικά το νου και την ψυχή του μεγάλου Διονύσιου Σολομού, που δεν είναι απλώς ο εθνικός ποιητής των Ελλήνων, θα έλεγα ότι είναι ο ποιητής των ανθρώπων όλης της γης, για να καταδείξω ότι ο υπεράνθρωπος αγώνας υπέρ της ελευθερίας του 1821 δεν ολοκληρώθηκε. Η Ελλάδα παραμένει δέσμια. Οι οδές μου στην ελευθερία έρχονται σαν η συνέχεια του ύμνου της ελευθερίας του Διονύσιου Σολομού να σημάνουν εγερτήριο τόσο για τους Έλληνες όσο και για όλους τους λαούς του πλανήτη για την σωτηρία του ανθρώπου. Με το τέταρτο βιβλίο μου, η γυναίκα, το πρώτο όν του σύμπαντος και η πρώτη δεσμό της, ανασύρω στο φως το επισυλιετίες θαμένο στο σκοτάδι ανουσιούργημα της καταδίκης της γυναίκας. Ανασύρω το επισυλιετίες θέσφατο των δυνάμεων της σκοτεινής μας όψης, ότι η γυναίκα δεν είναι δημιούργημα της θείας εξέλιξης, όπως όλα τα άλλα όντα, αλλά το προσχρήσιν και τέρψιν σκεύος προερχόμενο από τα πλευρά του άνδρα. Η απλή μελέτη της αρχαίας ελληνικής μυθολογίας και όλων των μυθολογιών του αρχαίου ανατολικού κόσμου οδηγεί στην εκθαμβωτική αλήθεια ότι η γυναίκα είναι ένα άλλο σύμπαν που προορίζεται να ανατάξει το υλικό σύμπαν σε ηθικό σύμπαν. Αυτή τη διάσταση του ηθικού σύμπαντος την προσεγγίζω στο πέμπτο βιβλίο μου με τίτλο «Ηθικός συνεχές, χωροχρόνος, Σύσυφος και ημερόπη». Προσπαθώ μέσα από τη σοφία του ελληνικού λόγου και την εντός μας κρυμμένη αλήθεια να κατανοήσω το θαύμα της εξέλιξης των όντων και να προσεγγίσω τη σχέση του ανθρώπου με τη φύση. Να προσεγγίσω το θαύμα της εντελέχειας που διέπει το σύμπαν και οδηγεί τα πάντα στην τελειότητα και την απόλυτη τάξη. Μέσα σε αυτή την τάξη ο ένας όρισε τον άνθρωπο ως το μοναδικό όν μεταξύ όλων των όντων, να διαθέτει το προνόμιο ή την κατάρα της ελεύθερης βούλησης. Αυτό ακριβώς διαπραγματεύεται το προς έκδοση βιβλίου μου με τίτλο «Προσευχή αναπέμπω στον εντός μου ενδυνάμει Θεό του φωτός». Το ανθολόγιο από το πανόραμα της δημιουργίας αποτελεί μια εκδοτική επιτυχία. Κουβαλά στις λίγες σελίδες του το βαθύ νόημα των 15.000 ποιητικών στίχων μου και των 2.000 σελίδων ποίησης και πεζών κειμένων. Ο χρόνος μας δεν επιτρέπει να ασχοληθούμε περισσότερο με το ανθολόγιο των ποιημάτων μου. Γι' αυτό θα απαγγείλω μερικούς στίχους από τα ποιήματά μου. Ο τίτλος του ποιήματος είναι «Κι αν είναι ο Δίας το αντίπαλο δέος, εγώ θα μένω ορθός». Κι αν ο χώρος και ο χρόνος, ο ήλιος και ο πάγος θρηματίσουν το βράχο που κρύβει το θαύμα, το γυμνό παρθενόγλυπτο φως της αγίνη της ελάνιας κόρης το περίανθο άνθος. Κι αν μαράνουν το άνθος, εξαχνώσουν τη χάρη, σβήσουν το θείο του αγέννητο πάθος, κι αν ο ήλιος νεκρώσει, ντυθεί στο σκοτάδι, πεθάνει της γείας ο κόσμος, σβήσει το θάμβος, προσευχή προσφοράς θα αναπέμπω και όρκο σε μένα, στο Θεό που εντός μου προσμένει, σωπηρός και ενεργός, με ευθρία στο νου μου, την καρδιά να χτυπά δυνατά, στις άνησης μάχης στο στίβο, τον μύτο θα ψάχνω να βρω. Κι αν είναι ο Δίας το αντίπαλο και αμάχητο δέος, εγώ στη μάχη μπροστάρης θα μένω για πάντα ορθός. Σαν έας σε ευθρία θα δίνω την άνηση μάχη, στο άπλετο φως να δικάζει ο εντός μου επόπτης το γιο. Κι αν έφη βαριά σαν μολύβι κρύψουν της γης το κουβάρι, το οδηγό μου αστέρι δεν βλέπει το θαύμα της φάτνης, του Καυκάσου το άφατο δράμα πνίξει στον δρόμο γήπας, εγώ στον εντός μου Θεό θα προσφέρω θυσία. Κι αν η ελπίδα πέσει σε νάρκη, η ζωή σε κόμμα βαθύ, για πάντα βουβές στο σκοτάδι, πετρώσει ο χρόνος, σάπνια θανάτου η πλάση, χορευτές και υμνοδοί, γίνουν θρήματα, σκόνοι οι πίστες, βουλιάξει ο κόσμος, κι αν το φως μεταπέσει σε σκότος θανάτου και τρόμου, ο πυρήγενος ένας της ζωής ο πατέρας παγώσει, γίνει δράκος ψυχρός, καταχθόνιος και βροχθήσει την πλάση, εγώ θα ομνίω στην εντός μου αχτίδα φωτός, στην αχτίδα που φέγγει, δεν σβήνει, στην ακίμητη φάτνη, κι αν σπαράξουν τα τέρατα σώμα, το νου την ψυχή, εγώ θα αναπέμπω σε αυτόν το Θεό προσευχή. Και αυτός στο άπειρο σύμπαν μια στραπή βαντική, μια εντός μου αχτίδα φωτός του Θεού η φωνή. Κι αν των φίλων και του φλίσβου κοπάσει η ανάσα και μαζί τους ο ήλιος χαθεί, οι μνήμες παγώσουν, της ψυχής και του νου οι πυλώνας γίνανε σκόνη, εγώ με σέβαστο Δία θα μένω σε μένα πιστός, στο εντός μου αθλητή κληρονόμο της γνώσης γενιών, που οδηγούν η ανάγκη, η πάλη, η ελπίδα και ο έρος, τρεις θεές κοσμικές και ο πρώτος ο Θεός των Θεών και στο μέγιστο θρόνο της μοίρας η εντέλεια και ο νόμος. Στο άφατο θαύμα εντός μου, ομοίω όρκων και πίστη, στους αγέννητους νόμους, σε μένα, στον εντός μου Θεό, όχι στους τυράννους του νου μου, στις αγνίες το γιο, στα σκιάχτρα του φόβου φαντάσματα, στο θεριό της νυχτός. Με το ποίημα αυτό θέλω να πω ότι ο άνθρωπος είναι υπεύθυνος για τη μοίρα του, ο άνθρωπος είναι εκείνος που ανοίγει το δρόμο της φύσης και του σύμπαντος, έτσι ώστε το επόμενο θαύμα να είναι αυτό που λέμε το ηθικό σύμπαν, ένα νέο ηθικό συνεχές. Ευχαριστώ.
Congratulations, dear Theodore. Once again, I will show the world your beautiful book. And it has this cover of the bull carrying Europe on its back, because Europe is a Greek name anyway. I thank you so much. Say, ναι, πες για το εξώφυλλο.
Το εξώφυλλο του βιβλίου απεικονίζει ότι η αρπαγή της Ευρώπης και η δημιουργία της σημερινής Ευρώπης οδήγησε αυτό που λέμε Ευρώπη στα πρόθυρα του χαμού της, γιατί ακριβώς είναι υπεύθυνη για την κακή κατάσταση που επικρατεί στον πλανήτη, μαζί με όλες τις δυνάμεις οι οποίες βρίσκονται σε αυτό την έννοια που ονομάζουμε ο δυτικός πολιτισμός, που δεν έχει καμία σχέση με τον ελληνικό πολιτισμό. Είναι μια νέα αντίληψη η οποία θέλει τον άνθρωπο υπάνθρωπο, τον θέλει ένα νέο όν, από το οποίο θα λείπει το αίσθημα της ελευθερίας, θα λείπει αυτό που λέμε η συνείδηση της ύπαρξής του, δεν θα έχει ελεύθερη βούληση. Η βούλησή του πλέον θα καθοδηγείται από τη μία τάση του προς το θάνατο. Ευχαριστώ.
Εμείς ευχαριστούμε. Thank you. It's we know that thinkers always and intellectuals wish for the better of humanity, and one such thinker is Theodore Dalmaris. Congratulations, dear Theodore. Thank you so much. And we go to another thinker and intellectual. Again, our beloved sister, Johanna Devadayevu, a woman who has an open soul for even the tiniest little thing on this planet, and wishes for the best for everyone, for the whole of humanity. And now today she's going to show us her precious book that is dedicated to our beloved brother, Lori. Sister Johanna, could you please come forth and tell us a little bit about your precious book before we all get so emotional?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And
we thank you.
I'm very, very grateful to Professor Preeth Nambiar. He had encouraged me to send him my poems to make a book. I mean, I would not have done this at this very moment, but it was his motivation and his encouragement that made me come forward and send him my poems to be published in a book. It became so beautiful. The cover carries the picture of my husband, who has passed away 2 months back. And it is dedicated to him. He was a humanitarian, a teacher, a soul so deep that cannot be easily expressed and explained. He was a good father, a good husband. And though I miss him so much, the poems published in this book carry a part of our journey together and the emotions we shared, especially during the last 3 years. Physically, he became quite weak, but even though he was physically declining, his health was declining due to heart problem. He was always courageous and he never showed his weakness. And whenever anybody inquired, he would say, "I'm fine." And so I was probably the only one that really knew how he was, physically, I mean. And the poems in this book are so emotional. They share my feelings that I used to pour out mostly to God, I can say, because God was the only resort I could go to with the pain of, watching the slow decline of my husband's strength. And writing down these emotions, and they were mostly like prayers, even, I could say. And writing down those lines used to give me strength to go on and help me to keep my spirit always up in spite of the hardship, in spite of the pain. And I was, through writing my heart out in these poems, I was able to encourage my husband also to, till the end, be courageous and face even the final days with peace in the heart. And yeah, the poems are really emotional. I will read one poem that I wrote. It's about soul bonds. The souls are bonded beyond the bodies. And such bonds carry on even after the bodies fail. Soul bonds. Yesterday's drizzles were refreshing. Today's airy flurries are rejuvenating. Nature on every hand in reverberation of euphonious bliss and rejuvenation. Sighs and songs were lost somewhere in the gaping abyss of breathing silence, where triumph and tribulation got stuck in deep muck of bygone historical stories. Yet we continue to print our footprints on the beachy sands of running time, dancing through roaring hurricanes, singing on sunshine mountain plains. Though I'm absent, I'm always there. Everywhere you recline and muse, where you toil in sweaty blues, my watchful eyes never need excuse. Cordless connections of the soul are strong bonds beyond control, stronger than impervious copper connections, lasting from now beyond all imperfections. Yes, this book carries deep emotions of sadness, of resilience, of joys and pains, and of love as the core of our strength to live in this world in spite of all darkness that's happening all around. Again, I thank Writer's Edition for this beautiful book. And life continues. And I'm totally grateful that I can share with the world a part of my heart through Writer's Editions. Thank you so much.
We thank you for the person you are for Brother Laurie, for everything he did, because he did a lot and he gave a lot. And we know that, although you just said humanitarian, he was not just that. And we truly miss him, but he's still here with us and he will always be with us, part of our hearts. And in your writings, he will be immortal anyway. And what a brave woman you are, my dear sister Johanna. You're setting the example for your children, grandchildren, and for us all to be brave and be resilient and carry on with that torch of light in our hands for all the rest of the days. Be blessed always, and thank you so much for the privilege of listening to these beautiful verses of yours coming right from your heart, for this exemplary personality, Brother Laurie.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for being with us. I know it's very late and you had the courage to stay for this late hour. Thank you. It has been a real proud moment for us to hear these verses, and very emotional as well. Thank you, dear sister.
Thank you.
We go back to serving and protecting humanity, and also uplifting the soul and all that is around it. I will call now the muse of the poet that has an alibi. And this is my beloved friend Vasiliki Dragouni, also an editor of the Writers International Edition magazine. Vasiliki μου, ο λόγος σε σένα. Έχεις κάτι πολύ ωραίο να μας δείξεις.
Πραγματικά, είναι το άλοθη της μούσας, Alibi Muse. First of all, I would like to thank you all for your presence here today. It's a great honor to be with you and introduce my newest work, Alibi Muse, published by Writers International Edition, publishing house. It is a bilingual poetry collection in Greek and English, and elegantly designed book that delves into one of poetry's most elusive forces, the muse. This fleeting presence that appears in whispers, stirs the soul, and then vanishes before you can say for sure she was ever there. Alibi Muse is not merely a book about poetry. It is a journey that travels through myth, philosophy, and society, merging the mystical with the tangible. For centuries, from the classical world of the Greeks, with their 9 divine muses, to today's poets who wrestle with modern realities, the muse has played both inspiration and mystery. She is a spark of genius, a haunting absence, an alibi for that visionary wildness poets often endure. The muse does not speak in plain terms. She communicates through symbolism, stories, and memory. She is not just one thing. She shifts roles. One moment she is a lover, the next she is the revolutionary or the prophet. Writers and poets have all felt her touch and her absence as well. She inspires beauty, but she also stirs longing and doubt, which leads us to ask, is the muse a real force or a convenient fiction for the poet's own inner fire? And in today's world, where poetry has grown into a vehicle for justice, protest, and change, does the muse actively shape that movement, or does she remain on the sidelines? Alibi Muse is an invitation to pursue these questions. It is a path into the mystery of how inspiration works, how poetry reflects and reshapes the world around it, and how myth continues to echo in modern voices. Thank you.
We thank you, dear Vasiliki, for this beautiful, eloquent delving into the Alibi Muse, your latest bilingual book by writer.
My first one was Prophecies Untold, Άλεκτες Προφητείες, Prophecies Untold.
And we loved it the same, equally, actually, because, but we see you evolving too. Yes, with your themes and everything. And you told us that you're going to have another chapter of the Muse, yes?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's a little, hope for us to have another.
The good girl and the bad girl.
Yes, there has to be.
The next chapter.
There has to be. That's right. Thank you so much. By the way, I would like to thank you, my dear. Congratulations for this beautiful bilingual work. And we will be in touch with all the new stuff. Also, you are one of the organizing committee members of the summit. We're going to be very closely connected there too. Thank you so much, dear Vasiliki. Bye-bye. So kisses to you. I would like to just ask if Ms. Ambika Anand would like to share a poem of hers from her latest book by Writer's Edition in a moment, because now I'm going to. Okay, I see you now, dear Ambika. Do you have something to share with us today? Because it's very late there, and I was thinking that I might call everybody from India to talk.
Yeah, of course. Thankful. I'm very, very thankful that you called me now. Of course, this is the second book you had published, the Writers' Capital Foundation. The first one was my poetry collection titled Cascades. This is a short story collection. So this comprises of 16 stories that were translated from my original Telugu short story collection titled Manchu Mutyalu, which means pearls of dew. Hence, I gave the title to this book. And the stories in this collection are laced with the pathos of life, love, friendship, poignancy, and death. And they have flowed unrestrained as raw emotions from me as a 19-year-old. That's when I started writing short stories in my mother tongue, Telugu. And almost all these stories, barring one or two, were published in reputed magazines and anthologies and were much appreciated and enjoyed. Because of the humanitarian and social themes the stories dealt with, it was prescribed for study at MPhil level by a very reputed university. So I felt these vernacular stories need larger readership. So I got them translated into English, and that's how The Pearls of Dew saw the light of day. The translator P. Sri Ramurthy is a very able and adroit one. And I have collaborated with him earlier as a co-translator and as a co-author. I'm very thankful to him for this beautifully engaging work of translation. I wish that this book receives good readership and gives me a sense of satisfaction and joy. Thank you, Writers' Capital Foundation once again for this beautiful production. I would like to read out one or two testimonials from this. So this is by Sila Maria Campanini, poet and artist from Italy. She says, the stories in the Pearls of Dew stay with you, offering moments of reflection and connection to universal human experiences. And the next one is, each story in the Pearls of Dew is rich in emotion, offering a unique perspective on relationships and memories. So such testimonials really make me feel happy that the book carries such wonderful stories, and it is published by Writers Capital Foundation. Thank you, Preeth Padmanabhan Nambiar and Professor Irene Kavadia. Thank you so very much. And I would like to really say a few words to Sister Johanna Devadayavu. People you love never die. You keep their light alive in your heart. And it was overwhelming just listening to you. I'm so grateful. I'm sure I'm going to read your book and be inspired. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, dear Ambika. Like you said, an already renowned writer can be even more renowned through reviews, through testimonials, and through a larger readership, of course. Congratulations on this beauty. I'm sure it will travel far and wide. It deserves it.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I go back to my country, Greece, to call upon my dear friend, Christina Simopoulou, or Christy Simo, her pen name. And we have a very, very special book there, a bilingual book called Manifesting Love, υλοποιώντας την αγάπη. Χριστίνα μου, ο λόγος σε σένα. Καλώς μας ήρθες.
Καλώς σας βρήκα. Καλησπέρα, Ειρήνη μου. Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Simopoulou, and my pen name is Christy Simo. It's a true honor to be here with you today. This is my first book. It is called Manifesting Love, or υλοποιώντας την αγάπη in Greek. First, I would like to read to you the summary from the back cover. Zoe Komninou, an interpreter and author, sets an impossible goal: to bring the fated love she sees on screen into her real life. As fantasy and reality intertwine, the universe seems to conspire. Can the power of her mind manifest what seems unattainable? Or is she chasing an illusion? The book speaks about a love that transcends time, space, and logic. It tells the story of a woman who manifested the great love she once watched on a screen, and how we, as human beings, hold the power to bring our dreams and soul's deepest desires into reality. It is a story about a love that makes you feel safe, certain, and deeply belonging. I was inspired to write it because I believe in deep and eternal love, in soulmates, and in the mind's miraculous power to create. The inspiration came to me after turning inward. Through energy healing and personal growth, I discovered the story waiting to be told. This is a bilingual edition, Greek and English, an original concept aiming to reach hearts across the globe. It is my own way of sharing my soul, my belief in love, and in the limitless power within us all. Thank you all for listening, and thank you, Irene, for being my new friend and cooperator.
We thank you for this beautiful gem that really has the taste and the smell of our islands. One part of the story is rooted on Corfu Island, yes?
Yes, exactly.
And, I would really love to see that as a bestseller of this summer and for the summers to come. Congratulations, dear Christina.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Deserve all the best. We'll see you at the summit, yes? We're going to launch it officially here too.
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, dear. And since we are people that really protect nature, we want to raise awareness and all that, I go to our special friend, Marco Antonio Rodriguez Sequeiros, who has published his second book with us. The first one was La Isla Sirenita, and this one is Ciudad Bosque, meaning the Tree City. Marco Antonio, ¿estás con nosotros? Felicitaciones por tu nuevo libro
Así es.
tan impresionante. Bienvenido de nuevo.
Con mucha alegría. Les presento mi segundo libro, Ciudad Bosque, donde describo la experiencia de un grupo de jóvenes que ingresa al bosque, se integra a la naturaleza, respetando la estructura y la vida silvestre del ecosistema. En este ambiente despiertan su creatividad y construyen atractivos que les seducen. Diseñan una pequeña ciudad a la que le dieron el nombre de Ciudad Bosque porque combina ambas características de ambas realidades. Ellos se adaptan a una vida natural distinta y son impulsados a recuperar áreas boscosas perdidas. Al ser conocida internacionalmente, esta exitosa experiencia es replicada en varios bosques del mundo, causando una rápida expansión del área boscosa. Para proteger la renovada naturaleza, los jóvenes organizados internacionalmente piden el cambio de nombre de Planeta Tierra a Planeta Bosque. El libro incluye temas importantes y actuales como la conservación de la naturaleza y los valores humanos como la fraternidad, la convivencia, la igualdad, la unidad, el amor y la paz. Esta obra está inspirada en los gritos silenciosos de la gran variedad de especies de vida que cohabitan en los distintos ecosistemas, que no tienen voz para hacerse escuchar con la especie humana, quien, siendo consciente de ser parte de la naturaleza, la ignora y la destruye. Este libro no intenta ser la solución, intenta ser inspiración para buscar alternativas sostenibles de una convivencia armónica del ser humano con la naturaleza. Ciudad Bosque propone, a través de la adaptación de jóvenes a una vida natural, silvestre del bosque. Pero con esto pueden surgir muchas más ideas para poder salvar a nuestro mundo, como por ejemplo crear pequeños bosques en grandes ciudades para reducir el ritmo del crecimiento de la contaminación o fomentar la agricultura ecológica urbana e incentivar a las familias a producir su propio alimento, reduciendo tanto la contaminación como la dependencia de la industria alimenticia, que nos hace daño. Estoy muy agradecido con Brighter Capital Edition o Brighter International Edition, con el profesor Preeth Nambiar como presidente, con Irene Doura Kavadia y con la escritora, editora que ha hecho el trabajo de edición. Estoy muy agradecido, sinceramente. Este es el producto, Ciudad Bosque, y estoy emocionado con este nuevo libro. Muchas gracias.
Felicitaciones, querido amigo Marco Antonio, director de Bolivia, por esta segunda versión de tu trilogía sobre el planeta, sobre la protección del mundo, y estamos agradecidos por este gran libro, esta gran producción. Bravo.
Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias. Felicitaciones también. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I think that everybody has spoken. I have given to all the dais to speak about their poems and books? Yes? I think so, because some people wanted to come and couldn't come, unfortunately, due to other prior commitments. And of course, some people are working today, but I have to thank them for being with us. Elena Mayati Karabi and Pantelis Hadjis, Christos Sanos, Sanjana Santis, Danu Kadikwela, Arsha Biter, Dr. Bhavani Shankarnial, Smitha Bhumik, also the editor of Jalam, The Drop of Life, our beautiful anthology of this year's dedicated to Panorama Festival, Aparna Ajit, Dimitrios Karousis, Nuli Tsagaraki, and Androniki or Nikia Dzemoglu. We thank them all, we congratulate them all, and it was as if they were here today. And ladies and gentlemen, esteemed authors and distinguished friends, as we come to the close of this vibrant celebration of literary brilliance, I feel deeply moved. Today we have witnessed a mosaic of voices, cultures, and hearts coming together. Each author, each speaker, each soul offering their own hue to this beautiful canvas of global creativity. On behalf of the Writers' Capital International Foundation and our illustrious and beloved President Preeth Nambiar, I extend our warmest gratitude to all of you who have joined us, near or far, in person and in spirit. To our eloquent speakers, Despina Dalmaris, Johanna Devadayevu, Ambika Anand, and our esteemed guests who offered felicitations, Elisa Masha, Luisa Camere, Marco Antonio Rodriguez Sequeiros, thank you for gracing this platform with such grace and vision. To our gifted authors, whose words resonate beyond pages and borders, you are the soul of this union, of this festival, and of our Writers' Edition. Your courage to dream and share your truth is what gives this platform meaning. And to all our friends, colleagues, translators, editors, directors, and readers worldwide, your presence is our strength. You remind us that even in the vastness of our differences, there's an intimate oneness that literature always reveals. This is not a farewell, but an open invitation to keep creating, collaborating, and sharing. Let us leave this session not with an ending, but with a beginning, a renewed commitment to the light of literature, the call of compassion, and the unbreakable threads of unity that bind us all. Thank you. Stay inspired, stay connected, and may your words always find the hearts they're meant to reach. Thank you all. Good night, goodbye everyone. You have been a precious part of us, not just in today's session, but in the whole journey of creation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night to everyone.